everybody. I'm sure we're all familiar with the Will Rogers expression of the three different types of learners. For instance, he had said that there are three types of men: ones that learn by reading, ones that learn by simple observation, and the rest, well, they have to pee on the electric fence for themselves to find out. I found this very clever because I can relate to several of those different aspects, as I'm sure everyone knows somebody that fits those different categories, or maybe even it applies to yourself. For instance, I've had a lot of different experiences throughout my life. I'm an only child, and my parents have been divorced ever since I was young, which making it very hard for my dad to be there early on in the years, especially because he was also stationed in California on an Air Force base, which made me turn into a real hands-on initiative kind of person. Which brings me to my first bag of learning tricks is a car. With cars, you have to really take the initiative yourself on learning how to diagnose them, learning how to work on them, and learning how to disassemble them and then even reinstall a different part if anything goes wrong. This has been very beneficial in my journey through learning because I like to take the initiative to study for myself, do different types of problems if I'm not understanding it, or do more problems just to ensure that I have the topic down. Which this is also more of a solitary type of learning style that has helped me throughout my learning process. But which brings me to my next bag of learning trick, which I am very thankful for, is the Lockheed Martin program. This leadership program has taught me how to effectively communicate and work with groups. Through this program, you had to do certain tasks and perform them or think about what ideas that you can do and use. This was based on aerospace, so everybody had to, like I said earlier, work in groups and get their point across. Which this is very beneficial throughout my learning and throughout my career, even and also for the rest of my life, since you always have to interact with somebody, or there's somebody you always have to respond to, i.e., a boss or manager. Also, it helps build personal qualities in a relationship. Um, Also, to go back to the quote earlier about peeing on the fence kind of person, that leads me into my third item out of the bag of learning, which is a golf ball. Golf ball represents my journey through life because it's a hands-on kind of activity. So you have to learn how to keep your head down, rotate the hips, make sure your wrists aren't open or closed, and while having a proper swing and making the ball go straight. So this has also been very beneficial because studying cybersecurity and throughout my learning, you have to be really hands-on with this type of work. You have to be the one configuring the rules, making sure all the devices are connected correctly, make sure they're in the right spot, and also, like I said, to make sure they're configured. This is very crucial throughout my journey at learning because it's something that I want to do eventually for a career. This could either be for small business, Department of Defense kind of work, or even if I feel spontaneous and am able to open up my own company. With that being said, this is why those three different aspects have really progressed my journey through learning. Like I had mentioned, communication through the Lockheed Martin program, taking initiative by working on by having cars help me figure that out by myself, and also the third by golf, which is being very hands-on. And this is required especially throughout my learning journey because it is very important. With those three items being said, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to listen to my speech, and as I hope you guys can reflect and see what three different items have helped you progress throughout your learning career or what mean the most to you about your learning. Thank you.